One of the things that really sticks out to me in the lead up to Christmas is the music. The different Christmas carols and Christmas hymns that we hear on the radio, we hear it in stores, and eventually once we get to Christmas, we also sing them in the church to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Now, I love these Christmas hymns, these Christmas carols, not just because I'm a musician, but also because as a youth minister, as a person of faith, these songs, well, they tell a lot about the story we celebrate. Take, for example, one of my favorite Christmas hymns, O Holy Night.
O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth.
Now, in this song, you hear the words, long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. What does this mean? Well, there's a lot wrapped up in those two lines. You see, sin shows up pretty well right at the beginning of the story. In chapter 3 of the book of Genesis, we read about that whole fruit tree serpent incident, where humanity, we turn our back on God and we walk away from him. And sin kind of festers in all of us from that time forward. And despite the fact that God at different times makes covenants with humanity, with Noah and Abraham and Moses and David, we seem to have this great ability to get distracted by the next shiny thing that comes along, and though we do the right thing for a little bit, we very quickly walk away from God. And so we find ourselves, as all of humanity, we find ourselves struggling far away from God, looking for the meaning of our lives, feeling restless. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared, and the soul felt its worth. Jesus comes into the world, among other things, to show us what we are made for, what we're supposed to be. What does it mean to be human? Well, Jesus is the perfect example of that. The one who lives what it is to love God, the one who lives what it is to love our neighbor. And when we learn to imitate him in relationship with him, we discover the worth of our lives. We discover the value of our lives, because even while we didn't deserve it, God still loved us. I've heard it compared sometimes to driving a car around on flat tires. You see, a car was designed to operate with the tires inflated at a certain pressure. You want to know what that is? Open the driver's side door. There's a little sticker somewhere on the inside panel of that door that will tell you the exact PSI that your tires are supposed to be inflated to. When your tires are inflated to that pressure, well, then the car is going to get its most economical fuel mileage. It's going to perform the best. It's going to handle the best. Deflate those tires, and the ride's going to be rougher. The fuel mileage is going to be worse. You're not going to be able to corner or turn or handle the car the way that it's designed to be. Now, I know a lot of you don't drive, so maybe that's a little bit far out of an example. But those of you who have glasses, well, you'd experience something similar. Over time, over pretty well every day, your glasses get covered in dirt and grease and oil and other things like that. But you don't notice, because this happens so gradually over time that until you take your glasses off and you're like, whoa. You take that spray and that magic cloth, you wipe them clean, and it's amazing how much better you can see the world around you. When Jesus comes, when Jesus is born, and he grows up, and he teaches us about God's love, and he teaches us how to live, and he dies so that we can be saved and raised up beyond ourselves, he shows us our worth. Because he looks at you and says, your life is worth his. Pumps our tires back up. He cleans the mess that we have, not just on our glasses, but on our souls. Is it any wonder that the chorus of O Holy Night begins, fall on your knees? Because this is what happens in the Christmas story. When Jesus is born, the shepherds, the Magi later, they fall on their knees before him. Because wonder of wonders, that which they've been looking for in all of these other places is finally found So as you go through these 4 weeks of getting ready to celebrate Christmas, don't forget to be ready to celebrate the birth of Jesus and the ways in which God wants your soul to know its own worth.
Oh, no.